President George Weah says Liberia's democratic credentials. Mm. From the Citizens Radio in Pingsville, this is Punch 16.7 FM. This is News Read, and these are the headlines following on this presentation. I am Gibson G. President George Weah says Liberia's democratic credentials have been reaffirmed about the peaceful conduct of the just ended elections, as well as its continuing success as a post-war nation. Extends an open invitation to regional leaders to grace the peaceful transfer of power from the president-elect Joe Boakai on January 22nd, 2022. President Jones, the press's presiding justice in chief at the Supreme Court, grants ex-Chief Justice Gloria Mosu's couch application seeking the appearance of Morovia sanctioned city mayor Jefferson Koji and three others to testify in court. Monrovia City Mayor Jefferson Koji describes the recent U.S. sanction against him as malicious propaganda orchestrated by some elements of the opposition bloc to silence his stance against national and international issues. And away from Liberia, Economic Community of West African States ECOWAS on Sunday directed the commission to facilitate the deployment of the UNCLOS standby Aqua Security Mission standby force to Sierra Leone to help stabilize the country. Welcome back to that short break on News Read on Punch FM 16.7. Charter minutes of the majors happening in Liberia and as well as across the country. Now, across to the decks to Figo Matari for the bulletin of news. Good evening, Figo.
Good evening, Gibson. Good evening, everyone. President George Weah says Liberia's democratic credentials have been reaffirmed by the peaceful conduct of the just ended elections, as well as continuing success as a post-war nation. Addressing the 64th Extraordinary Summit of ECOWAS heads of state on Sunday in Abuja, Nigeria, President Weah challenged regional leaders to consider what happened in Liberia as a positive and significant accomplishment not only for Liberia, but for the West Africa region in particular, and Africa in general. The Liberian leader told his colleagues Liberia is only preparing for its second peaceful and democratic transition of power in 6 years. The first time being in 2018 when he took power from then President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. President George Weah has accordingly extended an open invitation to regional leaders to grace a peaceful transfer of power from him to President-elect Joseph Boakai on January 22, 2024. He similarly vowed ECOWAS to accord his successor, President-elect Boakai, the same respect and high-level support he duly received. He said that though much remains to be realized, he was proud of the significant progress made thus far in tackling some of the hottest issues confronting the region. President Weah said he will remain committed to championing peace and democracy. He thanked the regional body for the excellent cooperation shared together during his term of 6 years in office. The presiding justice in chief at the Supreme Court has granted ex-Chief Justice Gloria Musu Scott application seeking the appearance of Monrovia's sanctioned city mayor Jefferson Koji and three others to testify in court. This follows Associate Justice James Etta Wolokoli December 1 legal conference between prosecuting defense lawyer in her chambers Justice Wolokoli's decision, according to our judicial correspondent, was as a result of a petition for a rate of satisfied and fight by defense lawyers. Defense lawyer questioned Judge Roosevelt Willis' ruling to prevent Mayor Koji, the wife of Valley Taylor Mohammed Keita, and officers Moses Wright from testifying on the night of the murder incident in February of this year. Our judicial correspondent further said prosecuting lawyer said they are not troubled by the outcome of Wolokoli's decision on ground that the evidence will not change in the matter. Criminal court bid will on Tuesday, December 12th, entertain legal argument in a petition for restraining order filed by a senior employee of the National Investment Commission on his ex-wife, Lawrence Anderson Lover Sacco. Andrew Anderson 5-count petition, according to our judicial correspondent, is pleading with court to issue the restraining order against defendant Sacco not to interfere or be present in the home of his ex-wife while his 2 minor children visit their mother. They are currently divorced, but owing to the fact that they both have minor children while or during their marriage, the court ordered that the kids can periodically visit their mother to spend time. The fact that Hamakins and Andrew's former wife are seriously combating, Andrew says he is bothered by the presence of habitude at the premises of his former wife while his children visit their mother. Grand Judah County Senator Zoe Emmanuel Peno has described as shared hypocrisy and envy the recent attack on his home by some individuals believed to be loyalists of fallen Representative Harold Madison Gion. Speaking Monday, Monrovia, Senator Peno alleged that the incident was a calculated plot by critics aimed at destroying his hard-earned reputation. The Grand Judah Senator comment followed days after scores of young people claiming to be supporters of fallen Representative Gion took to the streets of Zwedu City, ravaging the homes of the senator and set ablaze several public buildings. Those ravaged young people accused Senator Peno of having a hand in the death of his colleague to satisfy some selfish political desire. At the press conference, however, Senator Peno stated that those who perform the act are not related or having personal connection to the deceased lawmaker, accusing those who contested against him as a mastermind of the act. Monrovia sitting Mayor Jefferson Koji says the recent U.S. sanction against him is a malicious propaganda against by some element of the opposition bloc intended to silence his stance against national and international issues affecting the lives of Liberians. Mayor Koji was seen at the center of the exchange of intellectual opinion (CO) on Kerry Street Monday, along with supporters of the Coalition for Democratic Change. Late Monday afternoon, highly energized despite the news of the sanction. In his official address to the gathering, Koji maintained that the news of the sanction did not come as a surprise, especially at the time that the opposition are providing falsehood to the American government, consummated into actions of officials of the Weahs administration. Koji, who doubles as the National Secretary of the CDC, stated that there is no magic to fight the grace he carries. As such, he is prepared to betray himself than the Congress for Democratic Change, the party he remains committed. Expectations are said to be growing from Liberians ahead of the inauguration of President-elect Ambassador Joseph Numa Boakai, scheduled for January 22, 2024. Several Liberians, in conversation with Punch News, Monday expressed optimism that the many years of leadership experience of Ambassador Boakai across government would deliver word for the Unity Party in tackling challenges confronting the citizenry. This is coming at a time that some senior members of the Unity Party have called on the citizens to get prepared for challenging times in the coming years as a result of the debt incurred from the outgoing government. However, those Liberians are strongly convinced that Ambassador Bouaka received the constitutional mandate of the citizens to address their challenges after a failed CDC tenure. In separate account, the name sanitation, road connectivity, youth employment, job creations, and healthcare delivery as key areas of concentration that the president-elect must resolve. The National Elections Commission has confirmed that approximately 200 temporary staff in Montserrado County are yet to receive their pay for the just ended presidential and legislative elections. Speaking to Punch News Rear at Commission headquarters on Monday, the Commission's accountant Michael Fawundu explained that the delay of payment is as a result of some of the staff providing wrong mobile money numbers. He also said measures have been put in place to resolve the situation, noting that money is available to pay the temporary staff. Meanwhile, some of the temporary staff expressed frustration over the manner in which they have been treated by the commission. In separate remarks, several of the temporary staff admitted of not receiving their pay for the first and runoff elections. Gibson, the news bulletin.
Thanks so much to Figo Masari for the news bulletin. It's so regular feature on the news route on 106.7. And we take a very short break. We'll come back. We can bring you the upsets of the news maker in this news program. Welcome back to the Punch News Review on 106.7 FM. Now, today's our first development. Dead Salmons, mother of the popular social leader from Big Brother Liberia, housemate Chubby Brown, is fighting for her life after the case of a mistaken identity resulted to her being mocked recently realized. According to Ms. Brown, her mother was assaulted by a group of young men who demanded to know her political affiliation. But when she refused, they accused her falsely and attacked her. The Hoffarida due to for in the public and as onlookers remained silent, prompting Chubby Brown to lament the lack of intervention from those witnessing the disgracing asset. Chubby Brown revealed that her mother was targeted in the rail line market, where the assailants escalated the violence by undressing and physically assaulting her in the weapon.
Almost killed my mom. She went red light to buy our weekly food. Some 3 boys were taking her throughout. And they asked her, so she decided to stop so they can pass because she felt that she was blocking her way because she was a slow walker. So the boys came from her and asked her, who you voted for? She's talking about question and asking me about moving from me. I voted on my secret. And the other brother from there said, when you're not tall, we'll beat you and naked. And that's just what they did. I had to stop going rural being her princess. Mama said, I'm not princess. I'm dirty. They kept calling her rural. Mama said, I carried to the police. I don't care me. I'm not princess. Women wash their beats and naked.
Chubby Brown is also a former Bibrabi Liberia housemate whose mother was had an attack with mocked violence in Rede. Pingsville, Liberia. To this development now, Monrovia City Mayor Jefferson Koji says the recent U.S. sanction against him is malicious propaganda orchestrated by some elements of the opposition bloc intended to silence his stance against national and international issues affecting the lives of Liberians. Mayor Koji was seen at the center of the Exchange for Intellectual Opinions (SHIO) on Kerry Street on Monday, along with supporters of the coalition government late Monday evening. Highly energized despite the news of the sanction. In his official address to the gathering, Koji maintained that the news of the sanction did not come as a surprise, especially at the time that the opposition are providing false food to the American government, consummating into sanctions of officials of the WEA's administration.
We stop back instantly, like a festive greeting. We getting water place to turn like a festivity. I understand and humble to each and every one of you. I'm grateful to God who have seen me as a servant who will not betray you, who will take anything that it will cost for persuasion to succeed. Choose to betray myself first than to betray this cause. Every day we are put on trial, get glorified in our soul. We say, the moment that we can take a step so that the masses can say, leaders who lead us are prepared to take scars on behalf of them. We can simply say to you, our people, we are a victim of a sustained malicious, approximated into what is known as sedition. And we can say to them clearly, if this was a tactic of intimidation, if this was a tactic of trying to break us down, we want to say, try harder. Try harder. We have nothing more invigorated, stimulated, and prepare for whatever that may come. But we shall not turn our knees, should we go down on our knees. We are prepared to stand up to have more than ever before.
Jefferson Koji is the mayor of Monrovia, speaking after he's been sanctioned by the U.S. government for the abuses of human rights. The National Elections Commission has confirmed that approximately 200 temporary staff in Massachusetts County are yet to receive their payment for the just ended presidential and legislative elections. Speaking to Punch News read at the Commission headquarters on Monday, the Commission's accountant Michael Fawandu explained that the delay of payment is as a result of some of the staff providing rock mobile money numbers, and also said measures have been put in place to resolve the situation, noting that money is available to pay the temporary staff.
It's 0.5, but it won't use 0.5. So because of the on the say, because there is no way you give to those numbers, you give to those numbers to pay the wrong person. That which the commission experienced in the past, we try to put some agency in place, that will go back to see me anymore. So we put in place. After all the job notification, we still have almost close to 200 staff still outstanding. Because errors from numbers. Some of them makes that this process. So as they come, we handle it because some of them reporting that we are not getting to the missing, right? You in a problem that you work with, right? But if you have to them and say, for the fact that we give you money with the payment, then it is payment don't finish. Because we look at the Christmas celebrations, right? We'll sacrifice ourselves. We'll sacrifice ourselves until we are sure we get a baby. The Christmas was the right obligation of surely rest on me in terms of the feeling of the press. So anything you can to the commissioner.
Michael Farondo is the accountant of the National Elections Commission speaking there. Meanwhile, some of the temporary staff expressed frustration over the manner in which they have been treated by the commission. In several remarks, several of the temporary staff admitted to not receiving payment in the runoff and the October 10 elections.
Louis that year, even like security, okay? For me, for my money. I said, it's a good general, it's a good general, you will pass. You have to pass. We not see there. Yeah, but before for me, I'm very bad. But they said, they are paying away all the way to money to see. They are coming here. This one, I play my money and more. If I get my money, no problem. They pay them away.
Some of the temporary staff, the National License Commission, is saying to the public that they have not received payment for the first and runoff elections in Liberia. And today's development now, Grand Jita County Senator Zoe Emmanuel Peno, as described, has shared hypocrisy and envy the recent attack on his home by some individuals believed to be loyalists to the fallen representative Harry Madison Green. Speaking Monday, the Monrovia Senator Peno alleged that the incident was a calculated plot by critics aimed at destroying his RN reputation. The Grand Jita Center comment followed days after scores of young people claiming to be supporters of the fallen representative going to the streets of Zwaju City, revenging the homes of the senator and set ablaze serious buildings in the county.
You about my reputation carry. But however, envy and jealousy in the county, I defeated more than 100 some more persons. So I called the United Defeated Kennedy against Zoe Malepeno. So when you put all the supporters together in the county, definitely there will be majority to the step. But for election today, they shall go back to the political camp. So Peno still will be forced to continue with the Grand Jita. But it's not what case today. Someone talking about bereavement. Other people using the opportunity get it. Political point through and running people homes. And dear friends and brothers are here today. Look at the video that are coming from denigrating our county. That's the only shame they brought to us. Our other citizens in the country. Can't see question. What's wrong with the people? But however, the Liberian people, they're not all the Nigerians. They're not all the Nigerians. They're people who get a mindset that when people doing development, they will be there to obstruct, and some of them are the people who are there winning elections. All the things that are going on is politics, and they're jealousy. However, we the people of Grand Jita County, we are bereaved and will make sure to give our dear friend, former colleague, fitting bearer in Grand Jita.
Grand Jita County's senator is Zoe Emmanuel Peno, speaking there in a press conference relative to the allegation leveled against him for his involvement in the death of the late Representative Harry Madison Green. To this development now from Grand Kitmount County District 1 Representative-elect Bento Masalai, the people of the district actually the reason for victory during the October 10 elections. Speaking recently during the certifications, he noted that the electing female representative is clear space for women to showcase their potential at the national stage. The Grand Kitmount County District 1 lawmaker noted that she will ensure her constituents is fully represented.
In the entire Grand Kitmount County, District number 1 alone a big thing for the love of for giving me the opportunity to go in the House of Representatives in the entire house. And
Bentu Masale is the newly elected representative of Electoral District 1, Kankinma County. Expectations are said to be growing from Liberians ahead of the inauguration of President-elect Ambassador Joseph Newman Boakai is scheduled for the 22nd of January 2024. Several Liberians in conversation with Punch News Monday expressed optimism about the many years of leadership experience of Ambassador Boakai across government will deliver well for the Unity Party in tackling challenges confronting the citizenry. That is coming at the time that some senior members of the Unity Party have called on the citizens to get prepared for challenging time in the coming years as the result of debt increase from the outgoing government.
I can see more jobs for them, more programs. Those who want to go to school, those who want to do business, those who want to venture. I can see it coming on the way. Who need to be paying the job, while nobody will be, working, nobody be hardly put property there. Everyone will be working free, and all we want. I actually want to live work there. Because I actually don't work for everything. So just live in my head. So one live job there. The insurance, yeah, kind of control, we expect more things to be coming on. We have so many, we have so many difficulties in the public. Okay. I think the other mechanic going to place that, most of the things that we face from the past 6 years will not be able to face that. We have to get economy and the economy also for all that.
Liberians will know words of life making a decision to Punch News now. Cross over to Figo Masari for the foreign development. Good.
The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, on Sunday directed a commission to facilitate the deployment of an ECOWAS standby aqua security mission to Sierra Leone to help stabilize the country. This follows a failed attempted coup in the country on Sunday, November 26 this year. According to the communique presented at the end of the meeting, the authorities said it rejected all forms of alliances that seek to divide the region and promote foreign interest in the region, but called on member states to ensure regional unity of action by strictly adhering to collective decision-taking at the level of the authority.
And that's Figo Masari with the foreign development. From there, we go home this evening, but before we go, recap of the major headlines making news across Liberia. President George Weah says Liberia's democratic credentials have been reaffirmed about the peaceful conduct of the just ended elections, as well as its continuing success as a post-war nation. Extends an open invitation to regional leaders to grace the peaceful transfer of power from him to President-elect Joseph Boakai on January 22, 2024. Presiding Justice in Chief at the Supreme Court grants ex-Chief Justice Gloria Moses Couch application seeking the appearance of Monrovia's sanctioned city mayor Jefferson Kochi and 3 others to testify in court. Monrovia City Mayor Jefferson Kochi describes the recent U.S. sanction against him as malicious propaganda orchestrated by some elements of the opposition bloc to silence his stance against national and international issues in from Liberia. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, on Sunday directed the Commission to facilitate the deployment of an ECOWAS standby aqua security mission, stand force to Sierra Leone to help civilize the country. Punch News reads the teleminutes of the most reliable news from across Liberia. Join us tomorrow morning for another news at 7 a.m. Fico Masari brought you the news bulletin. Alpha due to Sarah Control. Joseph Soko Connor behind the camera. I'm Gibson J. Good evening.